On behalf of Biomedical Department of SRM Ramapuram, I would like to invite today's session speaker, George Mayu. I'd like to welcome you, sir, for the session. First of all, I'd like to give a brief introduction about sir. Uh, Sir is a senior consultant in medical imaging in Fanox Imaging, which is in a hybrid mode of United States. And he is also an HOD of biomedical engineering in the University of the Nairobi. And he is also a nuclear engineer in the Thorium Network Switzerland. And his major role in the Panox imaging is a robust foundation in the biomedical and the electrical engineering, where he will be acting as a territory representative. He focuses on the application of the magnetic recording, optical imaging, and healthcare accesses. And as a biomedical engineer, he was having experience over 10 years. Where he will be acting as a lead of the team to deliver the healthcare projects at the Geno Tech Solutions and also the Next Stage Africa Limited. And coming to the next experience, he have a different experiences in the different stages of his life. He has started his experience as an engineering specialist in the Kenyatta National Hospital, and he has a field service engineer in the Siemens, and as a biomedical engineering, and then the imaging consultant and hospital response support engineer and the medical technologist. And now he is being a executive director in the geodynamic solution, and also a consulting director and a lead consultant biomedical engineer in the geodynamic solution and also in the Thorum network. And coming to his education, he's a dual UG degree holder, where he did a UG in medical engineering at the Kenyatta University and also the electrical and electronics engineering in the University of the Nairobi. And also he done his PG in medical engineering in the Kenyatta University. His specialization is a radiation imaging, and he is also a certified radiation operator. Ongoing project is he is he is acting as a team head for a construction of a level 5 multi-specialist hospital in a designing and setting up, and also involved in various setups in diathermy sessions and also an imaging sections and the dialysis sessions. And his major work is he is acting as a volunteering service engineer in the Kenya Medical Research Institute, and he also completed the additional courses such as cardiac catheterization and DICOM pass and theta sterilization, management of PSSD and TSSU. And he is also a number of nuclear radiation and safety measurements in the Kenya, and he has given many free online sessions for the students and also for the other industrial experts through the live demo, where he have shown the installation of various imaging techniques and also the services involved in that. Now I welcome you upon for the session, sir. I would like to invite the George Matthew on behalf of the biomedical department and the HOD Dr. Ushas ma'am. Now I like to call upon George Matthew for giving the session, sir.
So we are looking at the artificial intelligence in healthcare in healthcare industry, and the artificial intelligence can be defined as the intelligence of a machine, whereby the machine it detects it has a human brain, and it also refers to situations where a machines can simulate human minds in learning and analysis, and thus can work in a problem solving, what we call machine learning. Artificial intelligence involves both the software and hardware. From software perspective, artificial intelligence is particularly concerned with algorithms. An AI neural network is a conceptual framework for executing all AI algorithms, and it's a mimic of a human brain. And it can also define as a as a as a as an incorporation of a software that whereby now the software now it's now carrying now the brain, not the hardware now is the machine now. It's now mimicking like a human brain, now a human brain functions with the body. Artificial intelligence and machine learning is in medical devices to improve patient care by uncovering new insights from big data generated by individual patient and collective experience of many patients. Due to the rapid development of artificial intelligence
Kindly
software,
little bit louder, sir.
okay, artificial intelligence and machine learning in medical devices aim to improve patient care by uncovering new insights from big data generated by individual patient and collective experience of many patients. Due to rapid development of artificial intelligence software and hardware technologies, AI has been applied in various technical fields such as the IoT, machine vision, autonomous driving, natural language processing, and robotics. Most interestingly, researchers in the biomedical field are trying hard to help improve analysis and treatment outcomes, and consequently increase efficacy of overall industry. This application deals with living assistance of elderly and disabled people, natural language processing techniques, and fundamental research activities. And the last category of application concerns the diagnosis and prediction of diseases. In the area of assisted living for elderly and disabled people, artificial intelligence applications using corresponding smart robotic systems are paving the way for improvements in life quality. An overview of smart home functions and tools offered for people with loss of autonomy, ELA, and intelligent solution as data mining and artificial intelligence. The ambient intelligence of smart homes can provide activity awareness and ensued activity sent to elderly people. For example, the activity aware screening of activity limitation and safety awareness, what we call SALSA. Intelligent agent can help elders with daily medication, whereby an elder don't know to take a certain medication, taking the drugs. And we have the artificial intelligence we use in disease diagnosis and treatment. This is where now we are using the artificial intelligence in managing diseases and also in treatment. And the most urgent need for artificial intelligence in biomedicine is in the diagnosis of diseases. A number of interesting breakthroughs have been made in this area. AI allows health professionals to give and more accurate diagnostics for many kinds of diseases. One major class of diagnostics based on is in vitro diagnostics using biosensors or biochips. For example, gene expression, which is important, can be devised by a machine language in which artificial intelligence interprets microarray data to classify and detect abnormalities. One new application is to classify cancer microarray data for cancer diagnosis with integrated artificial intelligence. Biosensors and related point of care testing systems can diagnose cardiovascular diseases in the early stage. In addition to diagnosis, AI can help to predict the survival rates of cancer patients, such as colon cancer patients, And the researchers have also identified some limitations of machine language in biomedical diagnosis and have suggested steps to minimize the effects of these drawbacks. Thus, there's still much potential for artificial intelligence in diagnostics and prognostics. Another important class of disease diagnostic is based on medical imaging, where you can have two-dimensional and signal one-dimensional processing. Such techniques have been employed in the diagnosis, management, and prediction of illness. In our latest research in biomedical research include tumor suppressor mechanisms, protein interaction, information extraction, the generation of genetic association of human genome to assist in transferring genome discoveries to healthcare practices. In addition to being able to act as an e-doctor for disease diagnosis management and explore our usage as a powerful tool in biomedical research. Some intelligent medical devices are becoming increasingly cautious, and this cautiousness can be explored in biomedical research. An intelligent agent called the computational modeling assistant can help biomedical researchers to construct the trend we have as trades in the healthcare sector, and the artificial intelligence is now covering a wide range of healthcare applications. In particular, it has been used for signal and image processing and for prediction of function changes such as in renal bladder control, epileptic seizures, and stroke predictions. We describe two typical case studies. That is one for the bladder volume prediction and epileptic seizure prediction. When the storage and urination function of the bladder fails as a result of spinal cord injury or because of other neurological diseases, health status or aging, various complications occur in the patient's health conditions. Nowadays, partial restorative bladder function in drug refractory patients can be achieved using implantable neurostimulators and set of neuroprosthesis through conditional neurostimulation. A bladder sensor that detects stored urine is required as a feedback device that applies electrical stimulation only when needed. The sensor can also be used to notify patients with impaired sensations in a timely manner when the bladder needs to be emptied or when an normative residual post-micturition volume remains at an incomplete voiding. Smart neuroprocesses are typically composed of two units: an internal unit implanted in the patient and an external unit which is usually carried as a wearable device. Both units are typically connected by a wireless link that conveys data and provides power to the implant. The internal unit performs several functions: neurosignal recording, on-chip processing to a variable extent depending on the application of the signals conveying sensory information, neurostimulation. Epilepsy and neurodegenerative disease is one of the most common neurological conditions and is characterized by spontaneous, unpredictable, and recurrent seizures. While first lines of treatment consist of long-term medication-based refractory. On the other hand, recovery to epilepsy surgery is still relatively low due to very modest success rates and fear of complication. An interesting research direction is to explore the possibility of predicting seizures, which is made of possible could result in developments of alternative interventional strategies. Although early seizure although early seizure and we have one. Although early seizure focusing investigation dates back to the year 1970s, the limited number of seizure events, the positive intracranial electroencephalography recordings, and the limited extent of indirecto epochs have been major handles towards an adequate evaluation of seizure prediction performances. Recently, the electroencephalography signals acquired from natural epileptic canines expanded with the ambulatory monitoring device NeuroVista have been made accessible through the high we have a one case of artificial intelligence where it was being used to improve life, and that was the life of the famous neurophysicist who was called Dr. Stephen Hawking, who is one of the smartest minds in the world, and he happened to suffer a amyotrophic lateral sclerosis disease, which is a progressive disease whereby someone, after some time, he loses mobility. As health progresses, the degeneration of motor neurons in the brain, the ferrous, eventually muscles atrophy and voluntary control of muscles is lost. Each muscle is controlled by motor neurons that reside in the brain in the frontal loop. These are controlled electrically and are synaptically connected to our motor neurons that reside lower down in the brain, as well as motor neurons that reside at spinal cord. Hawking condition was first diagnosed when he was at the age of 21 years, and he was not expected to see his 25th birthday. According to doctors, the disease lasts a duration of three years, and then you lose now complete mobility and eventually die. So he was at the end of his time at Oxford University when he started to notice early signs of the disease, where he was more clumsy and fell over several times without knowing the reason why. Later, the disease progressed and he lost speech and became paralyzed. He was able to get a tailor-made high-tech wheelchair and computer chip attached to an infrared reader, and the computer engineers spent 4 years rebuilding the 33-year-old synthesizer that created Hawking's robotic tones after he lost the power to speak. And the system was fixed to his wheelchair, which gave the voice of the Hawking, which was a bit much clearer compared to the first technology which they had used. The wheelchair was made in Sweden and was capable of traveling 20 miles at 8 meters per hour on one charge, combined technology around the world. And the computer used an American influence on his glass to read his cheek movements. And we can see the below picture, which is the picture of the Professor Hawking when he was on the wheelchair, and he was paralyzed. He could not have his personal speech because he lost the power to speak, and also the power to move muscles. So he used to have the computer on the wheelchair, the software now and mimic the voice of him. And the stars would read the movement of the cheeks and the mind. Now then the computer now is inside the voice, which now was a robotic voice, which was the voice of the Hawking. Again, here you can see the Stephen Hawking wired reader glass. There's a computer chip attached to its glasses. The chip has infrared reader that is triggered by blinking. So Dr. Hawking could 5 to 10 words per minute using this technology, and the technology can also eye movements in allowing to point out a computer screen with the size, sort of like computer mouse would. To produce the words for text or speech, an infrared sensor was mounted on his eyeglasses. And by doing so, he was able to give lectures because he was giving lectures despite him being on wheelchair or being paralyzed. So the technology which now we are calling the artificial intelligence, he was helped him very much because after he lived for about 50 years after diagnosed with the ALS disease, and all those years was using this kind of technology, which was as a result of AI technology. So the technology has helped a lot, and these are one of the person who has really shown us that artificial intelligence is very, very important in the lives of people, and towards making life a bit easy with the use of science and the technology. And to just conclude, artificial intelligence is very wide in the medical field. In our today's session, we are to cover just about the recent technologies and how it has been used by several people to help them. And the artificial intelligence plays an important role in healthcare industry. It's also used in medical image analysis, where artificial intelligence tools can continuously monitor vital signs, alerting clinicians if risk factors arise. In the field of nuclear medicine, artificial intelligence has been used in the machines to administer radiation using robots. A good example of a recent technology is the CyberKnife machine. It's a CyberKnife system is the first and only fully robotic radiotherapy machine device where the CyberKnife system uses linear accelerator LINAC directly mounted on a robot to deliver the high energy X-rays or photons used in radiation therapy. The CyberKnife system is an image-guided linear accelerator that was specifically designed to deliver stereotactic radiosurgery, what we call SRS, and stereotactic body radiation therapy, BRT. Precision of tumor throughout treatment that makes such a difference for patients. And before we had the CyberKnife system, which now is fully automated and is using robots for radiotherapy services. Before we used to have a LINAC machine to administer the radiation therapy. And this LINAC machine, it had a lot of drawbacks because it was the work of the medical physicist to monitor the tumor and administer the radiation therapy. And there were so many errors with how the tumor was being handled with the radiation. Sometimes it was able as a human to make an error and expose the cells which are not cancerous. So LINAC had all those drawbacks where and also a patient to come for a session for so many times because we are monitoring the tumor how it is moving. So you come for first session, they give us some dosage of radiation, then the tumor moves on to another place or changes. So it was a tiresome work for the medical offices to keep on following on each patient how the tumor is moving, the amount of radiation needed for the patient to be treated. But now with the recent technology, which is now using the CyberKnife, which are robotic and the AI enabled, the tumor is monitored by the AI technology whereby the robot doesn't make any mistakes. So it's timing the tumor. It can be able to know the size of the tumor, the shape of the tumor, because we use what we call multi-leaf collimators, whereby they form the radiation as depending with the shape of the tumor. So if the tumor is in an oval shape, the multi-leaf detectors, they will form the radiation in that shape. So with the help of the robot system, the robot will monitor the tumor as it moves through the body, either it's in the head, either in the lungs, and now it will target the tumor and expose the amount of radiation which is required for the tumor to be suppressed or for the tumor to be killed. So this is one of the latest technology, and it has helped a lot in the radiotherapy sector, and also in reducing the cancer cases. Where it has helped a lot of people and it treats more people in a certain time as compared to Linux machines, where Linux can treat two people in a day, but cybernetic machine can treat 6 to 10 people in a single day, giving the radiation therapy, because it is automated. You don't have to keep on doing a lot of calculation to know where the tumor is, to know the depth of the tumor, to know the shape of the tumor. That's what the machine itself, it is intelligent more than a human being. So when it comes to artificial intelligence, it's more of a human being. It's like a something super. So it's really a great technology, and the artificial intelligence is the way to go in the medical field as the world is changing, and there is a lot happening in the medical field. We are also trying to make some of the machine to be smaller and to be bigger. So in future we'll have smaller MRI machines. We'll have smart pills, whereby you can have a smart pill which you can ingest in your body, and it takes pictures of the body and now sends back to a computer. And now the computer will analyze and now tell you have this disease, so you have to go. So all these technologies are coming up, and they will really help in the medical field sector, and they be able to save lives, and they improve the way people live that long last. Now we see now the importance of science and the application it has done in the medical sector. So it's a wide topic, but in our today's session we wanted to look on some of the application and the recent technologies we have in the AI field, and many have happened before. They have really made a tremendous step in the field, like the case of Dr. Stephen Hawking. If it wasn't for the technology, if it wasn't for artificial intelligence, the guy would have even died earlier, because he wouldn't be able to give lectures, because he was able to give the lectures he was giving because of the artificial intelligence he had, because he could move with the wheelchair. The wheelchair it had as the software which was able to mimic his own voice despite him not speaking, and by doing so he was able to give lectures and to do many other things, even writing books, like the books he wrote, like the book of everything, and the many more other books which Dr. Stephen wrote during his life of the disease, which he said it was a motor neuron disease, which is a progressive, and it progresses whereby you lose all your ability to move, and later you end up dying. So those are just one of the major breakthroughs in science which have happened in the medical field sector. So a lot gonna happen in the artificial intelligence sector, and
Thank you so much,
improve.
sir.